Chapter 4 Food Security in India. Overview. Food security means availability, accessibility, and affordability of food to all people at all times. The poor households are more vulnerable to food insecurity whenever there's a problem of production or distribution of food crops. Food security depends on the public distribution system, which is PDS, government vigilance, and action at times when this security is threatened. What is food security? Food is as essential for living as air is for breathing. But food security means something more than getting 2 square meals. Food security has following dimensions. A. Availability of food. Availability of food means food production within the country, food imports, and the previous year's stock stored in government granaries. B. Accessibility. Accessibility means food is within reach of every person. C. Affordability. Affordability implies that an individual has enough money to buy sufficient, safe, and nutritious food to meet one's dietary needs. Thus, food security is ensured in a country only if: Number 1. Enough food is available for all the persons. Number 2. All persons have the capacity to buy food of acceptable quality. And number 3. There is no barrier on access to food.
अगर आप अपने सिलेबस के सारे चैप्टर्स इस फॉर्मेट में देखना चाहते हैं तो हमें डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिए गए नंबर पर कॉल करें।
Why food security? The poorest section of the society might be food insecure most of the times, while persons above the poverty line might also be food insecure when the country faces a national disaster or calamity like earthquake, drought, flood, tsunami, widespread failure of crops causing famine, etc. How is food security affected during a calamity? Well, let's talk about that. Due to a natural calamity, say drought, total production of food grains decreases. It creates a shortage of food in the affected areas. Due to shortage of food, the prices go up. At the high prices, some people cannot afford to buy food. If such calamity happens in a very widespread area or is stretched over a long period of time, it may cause a situation of starvation. A massive starvation might take a turn of famine. Famine of Bengal. A famine is characterized by widespread deaths due to starvation, and epidemics caused by forced use of contaminated water or decaying food, and loss of body resistance due to weakening from starvation. The most devastating famine that occurred in India was the Famine of Bengal in 1943. This famine killed 30 lakh people in the province of Bengal.
अगर आप अपने सिलेबस के सारे चैप्टर्स इस फॉर्मेट में देखना चाहते हैं तो हमें डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिए गए नंबर पर कॉल करें।
Famine. Nothing like the Bengal famine has happened in India again. But it is disturbing to note that even today, there are places like Kalahandi and Kashipur in Orissa where famine-like conditions have been existing for many years and where some starvation deaths have also been reported. Starvation deaths are also reported in Baran district of Rajasthan, Palamau district of Jharkhand, and many other remote areas during the recent years. Therefore, food security is needed in a country to ensure food at all times. Who are food insecure? Although a large section of people suffer from food and nutrition insecurity in India, the most affected groups are landless people with little or no land to depend upon, traditional artisans, providers of traditional services, petty self-employed workers, and destitutes including beggars. In the urban areas, the food insecure families are those whose working members are generally employed in ill-paid occupations and casual labor market. These workers are largely engaged in seasonal activities and are paid very low wages that just ensure their survival.
अगर आप अपने सिलेबस के सारे चैप्टर्स इस फॉर्मेट में देखना चाहते हैं तो हमें डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिए गए नंबर पर कॉल करें। ऐसे ही और एजुकेशनल वीडियोस देखने के लिए हमारे चैनल होम रिवाइज को सब्सक्राइब करें।